Hey guys, my name is Mia,
I'm Amber.
and welcome to the Pink Room Unplugged. This is episode 4.
Episode 4.
Time
A
is
solo
flying.
episode.
Time is flying. I know we did a solo episode for our first one. Now we're back because somebody canceled. It's all good though.
It's okay.
We needed to do a solo episode anyway, so.
It's okay. Okay, we've been asking all of our guests, all 2 of them, the same icebreakers, but we haven't answered them ourselves, so
We're going to answer it now.
we're gonna do it now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Teleportation over here, baby.
Oh, I don't know. I would say read people's minds, but I'm kind of scared of people's minds, honestly, because I don't know what people are thinking. So I don't think I wanted that. Maybe, teleportation or flying. I would like to fly.
Okay. Describe yourself with 1 word.
I'm amazing. Like, what can I say? No, I would say, like, confident. I also think charismatic. Okay, 1 word. Charismatic.
Undescribable. Is that
All
cheating?
right. Who would drink to that?
I was gonna say multifaceted, but then I thought undescribable, and I was like, that's better.
Multifaceted is a good one for you.
Calling or FaceTiming?
FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But like FaceTime, but like you only see my forehead.
See,
Or the
I do
ceiling.
that too. Or I'll be in the dark. Like, what you want?
Best form of potatoes.
Um,
Oh, you know what mine
like-
is?
what?
Scalloped. That's the one where it's like thinly cut with the cheese sauce and stuff.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's a good one.
I like that.
I think mine is baked. I like a baked potato. Easily.
Loaded.
No pork, no bacon, but like loaded cheese.
You'll get $1,000 if this person answers your call. Who are you calling?
Bruh, nobody answered my calls for real. I'm calling Layla. Layla answered my call. No, that's a lie. She answered. If I get $1,000, oh, Bree will answer my call. Bree will answer my call every time.
Call her right now. Let's see.
Mhm.
Okay. Who is mine? I was gonna say Sabrina, but her kids be having nap time and stuff. She be unreliable.
Let me call her and see. Now, if she don't answer, I'll be real embarrassed. Hold on. I'll be like, I was just talking good about you. See? She answered. We're filming for the podcast, and I was asked, what was the question?
If you were given $1,000, if this person answers your call, who are you?
And I said you, and she said, call her right now. And I was like,
She said, Bree always answers my call.
She
I said,
does.
Go ahead, call her.
She dead ass does.
Reliable.
Sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like,
Dang, I don't know
Okay,
who
no.
Call me on
mine is.
D&D, but
period.
okay, bye y'all.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
Dang, I was in between Trey and Sabrina.
Who are you picking?
It's about, I guess I would pick Sabrina, Trey.
Call Trey right now.
Maybe just because Sabrina actually didn't answer my call when I just called her.
Oh, you just called her?
Like
Earlier?
an hour ago.
Yeah, call Trey and see if he answers.
Oh god, this is embarrassing because he's not going to
He gonna answer what?
Oh, he's on Do Not Disturb. Chill on me.
He blocked her, y'all.
Your call is to an automated.
I know you lying.
Don't try again begging. Not you begging.
Oh, but he just got off. See, this is why I was like, if he don't answer, it's work. If Sabrina doesn't answer, it's her kids. I guess I don't have anybody I can call.
Is
That's
it
gonna
your phone?
answer my
Is
shit.
it your phone that's messing up, or is it?
My mom would answer, but not if I actually needed something. She wouldn't. That's why I didn't say my mom.
Yeah, I called my mom too. I was gonna say my mom.
Damn.
I was gonna say my mom, and
No real
she
friends.
didn't even answer me today. I called
Dang,
her. earlier.
Ariel, can I change my answer?
No, you just said
Okay.
3 different people.
All right.
Like no, those people are not answering.
I'm hated. I'm unloved. Okay, I'm not getting $1,000.
Get you somebody reliable in your
Yeah, I'm
life.
about to start calling Bree. Best place you've ever been.
Best place I've ever been. I was gonna say the Bahamas, but I didn't really get to experience it because I was like on a cruise. So, ooh, this is hard because that leaves me with only U.S. answers.
The U.S. is an amazing big
I really
country
like-
full of things.
Yeah, I really like Dallas a lot. Like
I've
so
never
much
been to
that I was,
Texas.
yeah, I was gonna move there and all, but I got scared to be away from my family. So, but yeah, Dallas. I would say Dallas.
That's fair.
What was yours?
Yeah, northern Spain, the north of Spain, anywhere in the north of Spain. Least favorite ice cream flavor, mint chocolate chip for me. And you about to say something stupid? I already know what you about to say. What you about to say? Go ahead, say it.
Strawberry.
No.
I just
Boo.
it's not my thing.
All right.
Not
Most
for
used
me.
app on your phone.
TikTok. Sad.
Mine's
They're banning
Instagram.
TikTok.
I literally had Instagram deleted this past in December. And it's still
I don't like Instagram like that. I just use it because it's like
I'm addicted.
everyone's there. I'm not addicted. I deleted Instagram for like 3 months recently. I do
I
not
literally go on Instagram detox every year for like months at a time.
care. I
And
don't.
as soon as I re-download that app,
I really don't
I'd be
know what I
like,
would do
"Ooh."
without TikTok. I don't.
first person you'll call for advice.
Messiah.
Uh,
No, I take that back. I would call my sister, depending on what it is. But it would be my sister first and then Messiah.
I'm gonna say Sabrina, but I was also thinking of her sister.
Mm-hmm.
But Sabrina is probably who I would call first. Sleeping with your socks on or off?
Off.
Yeah, off.
Yeah.
Look who calling me back.
He didn't even answer the first ring.
Don't even worry about it because I already lost $1,000 because you didn't answer.
Oh, you thought I was that type of frame.
Well,
He picked up on the first frame.
I was just like, who would
Clearly
answer,
not.
Sabrina or Trey? And I was like, Sabrina be having kid things to do. Probably Trey. And
Wrong.
you disappointed me,
Who was that?
Mia. It was a podcast question. So on the internet, they will know that you trifling and you're not real
I was
friend.
about to say, don't say nothing crazy.
Okay. That's all. What'd you say? Off. Socks off for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Anybody saying socks on?
Yo, sister.
Ariel.
Ariel. Yeah, you trifling.
No.
You trifle for that.
Okay, that was cute.
Period.
I was gonna talk about how I'm psychic real quick.
Okay.
Because on the ride here, I was driving from work and I was like, on the interstate, and randomly I thought, oh man, what if our guest cancels for today? What would we do? I was like, well, that would give me a lot of free time in my day. But then I was like, well, we could just do a solo episode because that would just make more sense. Take advantage. We
Oh, we
both
needed to
scheduled for that
film.
time. Blah, blah,
needed
blah,
to
blah, blah.
film.
Huh?
I said we needed to film.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
30 seconds later, I see you text me, and I'm like, oh no. What's she
Yeah.
about to say?
Because I was like, we could push the time back, or I could just put him on for another day. So, put him on for another day.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do a solo episode anyways, because...
Yeah, we had 2 guests back to back, so I think that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
I agree.
Okay,
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get into
What you want to know about
it.
me? My mind instantly goes to love talk,
I knew you were gonna do that.
dating talk. It's on my mind. It's a priority in my headspace these days.
Yeah, well, when we were talking the other day, you did say that you're ready for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So talk more about that. Like, tell the people why you think that, or the work that you put in to
Okay.
become this.
I would say, I think I should say for context, I don't know, sometimes I get a little ashamed to say this. I think it's because people question, okay, I'm going to say that I have never been in a relationship as an adult.
Mm.
I've told guys that, and they the response, it makes me feel like, dang, am I supposed to be ashamed of that? But I'm really not. I feel like people think when women are in relationship, it's because they can't get into one, which I don't know why that's the narrative, because relationships
Yeah.
are so easy to get into.
They are.
If you literally just want the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you can get one.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not hard to get a man, sweetie.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
So I don't know why that's the narrative, but honestly, I just haven't, any guy that I've talked to or been situations with, I knew early on, like, this is not going to be the person that I tell people is my man. Like, you will definitely be behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, if my friends are going to know about you like that. Especially after the... Anyways.
Facts.
But, yeah, I feel like I'm ready because I feel... This past, like, 2024, I feel like was a year that I really became confident in myself in a way that I had never been before. Like, where I am able to, like, find, like, safety and comfortability within myself, like, when everything's going to shit.
Yeah.
And I feel I am genuinely happy single. And I think that's important because when I'm meeting men, I can, like, straight up be like, am I going to be happier with this person? If not, then why are we still doing this?
Understandable. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This topic always makes me so uneasy. I don't know why. Like, I'm so, like, I don't know. I'm over here nervous a little bit about this, but.
But are you trying to date?
I do date. Like, I do.
Right. You
I
do
have,
go on
I have
dates. Yeah,
been.
you do
I
go
have
on
been
dates.
dating. I have been dating.
That is true.
I'm over here. I don't know why I'm so nervous.
Do you like more so the dating aspect? Like, do you like dating more than, like, not more than, but right now at this point in time, are you enjoying more dating than what you think you would enjoy as in a relationship?
No.
Or
I don't think so.
are you dating to get into a relationship?
I think I'm dating to get into a relationship. Like, I feel like it's hard to say because I don't know if I'm really, like, actively taking steps to be in a relationship. Like, I think I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, find, I guess, my person.
Yeah.
And so it's just, like, I'm just dating. Like, I think I'm just, honestly, I'm not, let me take this back. I think I just had a really bad year with men last year.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I had the worst year. So, and what I was saying, I was talking about this the other day, but, like, I feel like for a while, like, for a few months towards the end of 2024, I was just, like, healing by myself. Mm-hmm. Like, normally, if I'm done with a man, like, I'll just go to the next. Mm. And I guess it's just, like, not to really, like, feel anything. Because I saw somebody say this on another podcast, but they were basically saying, like, yeah, like, typically they go from person to person, just so they don't have to feel, like, whatever the pain is or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's basically what I was doing. Like, early last year, I was doing that. And so I actually was, like, I was really just, like, the specific situation I had been through so many times that I was like, I actually need to heal from it this time, because if I don't, like, I'm just going to continue down that same cycle. Yeah. And I can't do that again. Like, girl, you almost 28. Like, grow the fuck up. Yeah. So I took the time. I healed by myself. I got closer with God. I got, like, I mean, I was already close to my family, but, like, I think spent more time with my family. I had a lot of talks with, like, my family too. Like, I had some talks with my brother-in-law just about, like, the whole situations that I was going through. And I think I was just really, like, I really needed to, like, intentionally heal. Mm-hmm. Because if I went from the same, like, it was just going to be the same cycle too. Because I also, like, have this thing with men, like, if I feel like I am getting, like, suffocated or obligated to hang out or, like, things like that, I tend to, like, pull away. And I also don't want to continue down that cycle. So I really had to take time to, basically, what I'm saying is take time to figure out exactly what I want. Yeah. Like, not necessarily in a man, but in a relationship. Like, how do I want a man to treat me in a relationship? Like,
what do you want? Right.
If you're not communicating with me, if you're not, you know, being intentional about, like, going on dates or, like, doing other things, like, outside of the house or things like that, then that's not something, that's something I figured out, like, I don't want.
Yeah, that, I don't know where I got this from or who I got it from. Probably Shan Booty. Love that girl. But, I started thinking about how I want to feel in a relationship versus, like, who I want the person to be. Yes. Because I think sometimes if we're like, okay, I want them to have this, this, and this, and this, it can get dicey when you're dating, because then you like, oh, you don't have that, so cut. But maybe the person's like making you feel all the ways you want to feel. What would you say are your like non-negotiables in a relationship?
Well, first, before I say that, going back to what you said about that, I think that was my issue too. Like, just, I had a list of things that I wanted in a man. It was like some deeper things, but there were things like I want him to like coffee like I do, like things like that.
Yeah.
And there was like, I've been with men that check off every single box that's on that list, but they made me feel like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just, I don't know, every time I was with them or every time I was away from them even, it was just like I felt like shit. Like,
Yeah.
it just, I don't know, something about that was, so like I agree with her, because I feel like that just doesn't work out. Non-negotiables, I would say, like, I have to be with somebody that not enjoys what I like to do, but is willing to do the things that I like to do. And like, same for me, like I would do the things they like to do. But if you're not willing to, like, because I'm a very outgoing and like that type of person. Like, I like to be like in social like settings and things like that. If you're not willing to do that, then that's a non-negotiable. I probably have more. I just can't really think right now.
Well, okay, let me ask, what are, going back to like, how do you feel in the relationship? What are like 3 ways that you want to feel in your next relationship?
3 ways I want
Or like
to feel.
3, like, for example, I don't know.
You tell me yours.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know. I do know that I want, okay, I actually do know, because I've written this down, I just forgot. But with the number one is safe. I want to feel safe physically. Like, I want to feel like this man can physically protect me, but also emotionally. I want to feel like I can be vulnerable with this person. I feel like I've had a lot of men that are like vulnerable with me, but I've never felt like safe with a man where I could like feel like I could just tell them anything or even most things. So I definitely want to experience that. I also want to feel considered. Like,
Dang, those are good ones.
Yeah, I want to feel considered. Like, I want to know that you're thinking of me and you're thinking of how things might make me feel. Or, like, considered, even, like, you go out, you see something, you're like, oh, that reminds me of Amber. Like, let me buy this real quick and give it to her today or
that's
tomorrow,
a good
whatever,
one.
you know?
Oh, my gosh, okay.
And I also want to feel admired. I want to, I just want to feel like I'm the best woman you've ever met, laid your eyes on, experienced in your whole life. Like, I want to feel that. I don't want to question. I feel like a lot of men I've been with, I've had a question like, do you even like me? Because you be acting like you don't like me, but I'm confused because then you act like you do like me. And I don't ever want to question if the person that I'm with likes me, loves me, admires me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, those are really good ones. Like, I feel the same way though, but like, I just haven't sat down and really thought about it.
Yeah.
I know for me, like, if I'm taking things that I didn't like in past things, I would definitely say consideration is a big one for me, because I've always just not felt considered. Like, when it comes to certain situations, it's like, it's not being handled properly. Like, do you even give a fuck for real?
Right.
Like, do you care? Because otherwise, I feel like you'd be handling this a lot differently. And also, like, the consideration when it comes to, I like that. Like, that was a big one for me. I think I wrote that down, is like, when you go out and you see something that I really like.
Yeah.
Also, like, see, and there's things that I liked in certain men too, but I liked for people to, like, when you get me a gift, like, I want it to be thoughtful. Like, there was a guy, I don't know, I thought it was thoughtful, but, you know, other people might not. But anyway, so he got me a gift, and it was like a little small gift, but it was Duke socks. Like Duke, because I like Duke basketball, which is like, yeah, okay. And then he got me 2 like EA gift cards, which EA is like the company that does The Sims.
Right.
But I liked it because I was at his house, and I remember like being on YouTube, because that's what I do. I watch YouTube. And I was on YouTube and I was like going to the search bar, and he had searched up like how to like basically buy the Sims game or like gift it to somebody like in that way. I thought that was really thoughtful, because I'm like, okay, you took the time to like figure it out. Like it might not have been a lot of time, but you took the
Right.
time to figure it out. I really like that.
And to think about like what you like, what
Right.
you do. Like, you know, you could just look at it as like gift cards and socks and be like, that's not a
Right.
good gift. But it is a good gift because it's a gift card for something that you would be spending your own money on.
Right. Anyway, and that's
Yeah.
I thought it was thoughtful. And then when I saw
It
the
is
YouTube, I was
thoughtful.
like, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Like, so I like that. I would say like good communicator too, because like I've also like just been with men that are not like really open or like talkative when it comes to like serious situations. Like if I really need to talk to
same.
you about something and they're just like,
I don't want to talk about this right now.
not even that. It's just like you're giving me one word answers, or you're like, yeah. Or like communication. Like I like for people to communicate with me. I know we're all busy, right? But I like for people to communicate with me throughout the day. Like if you're communicating with me and you're like, you know, how's your day going? Or like, basically stuff like that. It doesn't have to be like constant, like back to back. But if I hear something from you, I get a good morning at least. Like I like
Right.
that type of thing. Especially when like we're not together. Like we're
Yeah.
not together. Like first of all, you got to be a good communicator verbally, like when we're talking. But like also, if we're not together, like you should be checking on me. Like you should call me something. Like do something. So I want that, and then I think I like people that are, I'm gonna say really close with their families, because I don't want to say something like, you know, has a good relationship with their mom, and like, you know, obviously they're not able to have that opportunity or whatever the case may be. But I do like men that treat their mom good, treat their mom really like they have a relationship. Call your mom. If you call your mom every day, like that shows me that you, in some way, shape, or form, respect women at least.
Yeah.
But also I like people that have a really good relationship with their family and
I
are
have,
willing
like,
to be in a good relationship with my family.
I have like a controversial opinion about this
No,
this subject. I'm wondering if I should say it.
say it.
So,
Tell your truth.
yeah. Honestly, people can come for me, but it's another word for facts. Insert here.
I feel like I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
I don't want. Let me reword this. I am weary of men who come from broken homes.
Okay. What do you mean by that? Like, what's a broken home? Like their parents aren't married?
I'm weary of someone who was not raised by both parents in. Ooh, I just know people aren't gonna like this.
Oh, they're
one.
about to get you.
No, but the thing is, hold on. Let me just say this, because I believe that everything goes back to our childhood. This is how I feel because this is what I've experienced, and a lot of times when people act. Okay, let me actually say this. I won't say broken homes. I will say toxic homes. Because also I've been with a man who was raised by a single mother who had his issues, like we all do, but good head on his shoulders. I would say toxic homes. So you could have your mama and your daddy there. And if it's a toxic home, I've been done wrong by so many people, not even just like romantically. And then when I like look at their childhood, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
I don't know though, because it's so hard to pinpoint that when. So you're saying the men that have not come from like those types of homes are
I
good?
just, like,
Because
wish I could just like take it all back.
But is that what you're saying? Because I feel like I've been with men that their parents are married, but they're not like, that wasn't a good
No,
relationship.
I'm not saying. Oh, no. Okay, let's be clear. I'm not saying. Oh, you come from you come from a 2-parent household and da 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 da. You're good to go. No. That's
You're
not.
just more skeptical of people
I'm
that
just
are
more
not.
skeptical of people who grew up in toxic, tumultuous, and like inconsistent, unstable homes and environments. Because whatever happened in our childhood transfers into our adulthood. Like that shapes who we are. And if you have a lot of stuff to unlearn and heal from, that takes a while. And I'm not saying it can't be done and that like people don't heal from, traumatic childhoods and like things like that. But if you had a very traumatic childhood, I'm more weary of like, how is that going to show up in who you are today?
Right. That's interesting.
Especially when people don't have the awareness to be like, this is what I grew up in. This is what the work I've been doing. This is how I'm trying to be
or have
better.
the awareness and don't do anything about it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that have awareness and like, it's like, okay, next step maybe.
Right. Therapy.
But I know that's like, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be controversial, which is fine. Come
it's
for
okay
me if you
for it
have
to be controversial, but it is what it is. That's how you feel.
Yeah, it's what I've experienced. And I also feel like what we've experienced as children shapes who we are. If you have experienced maybe like only being raised by one of your parents and never seeing that parent loved by a romantic partner, I'm gonna say that subconsciously you are going to find that acceptable, in the sense of like, that's not necessarily ideal, but okay.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what shaped you. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like in your mind, like deep down, whether you're conscious of it or not, that is something that you accept as like an okay thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I got so anxious saying all of that.
No, I can imagine. I think it's just, I don't know, because
there's always like,
we come from we come from households where both parents were there in the same house. So it's hard to speak on the subject because I don't want to like invalidate anyone's feelings. For sure. I don't either. I don't know. I'm just familiar, I guess, with two parents being in the home. So it's hard for me to, I can't relate. Like, I don't know what you've like gone through with just having like one parent in the home, or like even not speaking too much on this situation, but like my niece, she goes back and forth from house to house because her parents aren't together. So it's just a little, I don't know, like me and her, like on that, we're so much alike, but on that particular issue, we will never, like, I'll never have her experience. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a little hard it's a little difficult to speak on, because I've been with some men that are so good and they come from broken homes too, though.
Fair.
It's so hard to speak on that because it's like, it's just such a,
I guess it's not so much like the separation of the parents
as much as it is
more so of like, what did you experience?
Because they be together and beating on each other.
That's true. Like that as well. That's what I mean. Let me just take back the broken home statement and say tumultuous, toxic, unstable environments shape a person.
Definitely.
You know?
That's just, I mean, that's reality. That is what happens.
And it's sad. But, like, I don't want to, like...
Are you saying, like, you don't want to be with somebody that, like, they, like, let's say you're with a guy and you're starting to like him and he tells you, like, he's starting to tell you about his childhood and stuff. And he said, yeah, like, my parents, like, they would just yell at each other all the time. And
no. Are you asking if I'm then, like, okay, no.
Yeah, like, how do you go about that?
Let me say this. Dating men, like, I'm focusing on how that man makes me feel, regardless of anything about him. How I feel with him is going to determine how far we go and where we go. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is it raises my eyebrow depending on what I hear happen in your childhood and what environment you were raised in.
Yeah. Like, do you think you'll have a heightened, like, awareness?
Yeah,
or, like,
just going to put a little guard up, like, okay, let's see how this shows up in him now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So this is like no dig. Nobody can help the environments they were raised in. Nobody can help, you know, what they went through as a child. But all of our childhoods do shape who we are as adults. And that's why my guard is up more depending on the childhood you had. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. So do you feel like...
Hope y'all watched to this point.
Switching gears, do you feel like you as a person like have a lot to work on within yourself, like getting into a relationship as well? Because I feel like I do, for sure. Like, I still have things that I'm working on within myself. Like, when I am with men, I feel like sometimes I am not the best partner. And it kind of, I don't know. And it might not. I think it's just me. Like, I feel like I Well, I actually, let me take that back, because I do feel like I'm a good partner, but I just might not present the way that most men like to be. Like, I'm not very affectionate.
Physically.
Yeah, like, I'm not.
What about with words?
I think I'm very supportive and very affectionate with words. Like, I can express my feelings without, like, but I also, like, when I'm mad about something, I tend to ignore too. Like, I just won't talk to you, or like, I'll just
You're pretty
stop
avoidant?
communication. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I'm an avoidant. I have an avoidant attachment style. So, like, yeah. But I've also seen, like, something about, like, disorganized attachment.
Yeah, the words like a mixture of both, kind of.
Yeah, like, it's kind of, I think that's what I have.
That's
like,
what I have.
because somebody
Or
was saying.
fearful. I don't know the difference. I think disorganized and fearful are the same.
Okay, then maybe I
Let
have
me just
that.
Google it
Because
real
I feel
quick.
like I act, like, I won't do certain things because I'm scared of, like, what, like, if I do too much, then I feel like they're gonna, like, pull away.
Yeah.
Or, like, I saw something on TikTok and it was, like, me backing
Yeah, they're
off
the same.
because because it was, like, me backing off because they showed me who they are or something, and it was, like, actually I just had disorganized attachment. It was really me, not them. That was the problem.
yeah.
And I was like, I think that's me. Like, I will, like, I'll blame it on something that they did, and I'm like, oh fuck no, and then I'll just kind of, like, stop talking to them, or, like, I'll block them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I block.
I've noticed that, like, for me, depending on what the man is, if the man is more avoidant, I become anxious. If the man is more anxious, I become avoidant.
Yeah, I think same.
Yeah. So I've actually I have blocked some blessings because of that, because I'm like, it'll be a man that, like, is treating me really well. I'll find something. I'll be like, he's a bad kisser. Next. You know,
That's a good reason.
it is a good reason, but
That's
it's
good.
also like,
I can't work with that.
well, I think I don't know. My friends were telling me, you need to talk to him. You can work it out. Da, da, da. Y'all can practice, whatever. Anyways, but when, like, I don't know. It's almost like when a guy starts acting like he don't like you, I'd be like, wait.
Yeah.
Yes, you
like,
do.
Yeah, I was like, what
Let
the
me
fuck?
show you why you like me.
Oh my god, that used to happen to me. Like, he would. Oh my god, not he. There's several different people that this happened to. First of all, but, like, they would. I don't know. Like, I think that's how it is though for me too. Like, if they start acting like they don't like me or, like, something, I tend to do more. Like, I'll do more for them.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'll see them more, or hit them up more, because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't know.
You're, like,
You
trying to
ain't leaving me
perform for
beat.
the
No, I'm
love.
kidding.
What'd you say?
I said, you ain't leaving me, bitch.
Right. Get your ass back
Get your
here.
ass back here.
Eat this home cooked meal.
Yeah, I'm a cook now.
No, but for real. No, that's something that here's the thing. I've worked on a lot. I also have, like, this, like, need to fix and help people that I've, like, tried to work on within myself a lot. The thing is, I haven't put it into practice. So I'm curious, like, once I really start dating, which I just deleted Hinge. So I hope I meet somebody outside, because
Hinge is not.
I can't with the
Don't do
dating
Hinge.
apps.
Don't do Hinge.
But I'm excited to, like, start dating and to, like, put the things that I feel like I've learned into practice, because, you know, that'll be the real testament of if I've learned these lessons, if I've really, like, healed these things within myself. It's almost like I used to be like, he down bad. Let me help him. Let me come here, baby.
I'm a down. You down bad.
I'd be like, I'll ride for you.
I'm like, let me back up. Let me back up.
Yeah. Now my standards are totally different. Also, my intentions are different, because I think I used to justify it by, like, I used to justify the men that I was with by, like, saying, well, that's not my man, and I don't want that to be my man, so it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like, oh, well, he's not my man, so I don't really care that he did this, that, and the third.
Right.
I mean, I care, but, like, I'll still do whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Now-
Like, I'm like, you're not my man. Like,
Yeah, you did something wrong. It doesn't really matter because you're not my man. But
yeah,
it's like,
and then I
but
don't
you
talk about
still
it.
got
And
a
it's
relation
like,
with him.
Exactly, and they'll be like, well, you still entitled to feel that way, and I'm like, I am entitled to feel that way. Like, I should be saying something, but I don't know. I just once I see it's another girl involved, something like that, I'm off. Dead ass.
No, this
I gotta go.
this era of dating for me is going to be totally different because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. And if you're not that, you are not for me.
Yeah, I think one of my non-negotiables too is like, I need a man that like is like a man of God for real. Because like a lot of men out here, they'll be like saying they're like a man of God, or like they, you know.
What is a man of God?
I feel like somebody that is like actively seeking like a relationship or has a relationship with God. Because a lot of people will just say like things like thank God, or like you know, God has always made a way, or like something like, you know, something performative. I feel like it'll be performative, and it's not really like, do you actively have a relationship with God? Are you talking to God every day? Are you praying to God every day? Like, are you praying over your family, their healing? Like, are you actually praying for yourself and your healing and your growth? Are you, and it's like, okay, some people, you don't gotta go to church. Like, if you don't go to church, if you don't make it to church, that's fine. But like, and I'm not saying you gotta be in your Bible all the time. People are not perfect, you know what I mean? But like, if you are actively like making sure that you are at least talking to God or something, or putting God, because I feel like for me, like, I'm not gonna say I'm like super religious or whatever, but like I definitely have been making more of an effort to talk to God every day. And I feel like for me personally, I can't do anything without putting God in it. So like, I'm not doing this podcast. I didn't do this podcast without praying to God first. Like, I didn't go to law school without praying to God first. Like, I didn't do the things that I do in life. Like, every day I'm talking to God. I put God in every single thing I do. I just feel like you cannot do anything without putting God first. Have God involved, because otherwise it's just like, once it's a certain level of comfortability you have once you invite God to be a part of what you're doing. And so I feel like for me, like, let's just take this podcast for instance. Like, prayed to God about it. I put God in it. I'm like, sometimes when you tell me, you're like, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, as soon as we got the phone, I'm talking to God about it, because it's like, the only person, I'm sitting here worried about something that I could just give to God and let him handle. That's the only person. Like, what else am I gonna do? Or I'll tell you, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, it's not a big deal, like, it'll come, it'll happen.
Right.
It's like I said, first podcast, we had some mess ups with like the whole YouTube thing or whatever. First thing I said to her was like, it'll work out, like, it'll be fine, like, things will work out the way they're supposed to. And that's because I put God in it. So with God in the picture, we cannot fail. It's not possible.
Ooh, this is so funny that you are saying this right now, because I didn't grow up religious.
I grew up really religious, but I had to make my own relationship with God outside of that, because I grew up in the church, honey.
My parents, we went to church until I was probably about, I don't even remember, maybe 4. And we stopped going to church. My dad he was atheist most of my childhood, and now he's agnostic. My mom, I don't really know what she believes. But I grew up in a way that it was like, I could kind of do what I wanted. I used to go to church with my cousins. I used to go to church with like my friends growing up. I had a point in time where I didn't believe in nothing. Like during college,
I remember that.
I was like, we die is black.
I remember that.
Ain't nothing out here, because I was down bad in college. Let's just say that. Now, you know, that transitioned into like, now I'm not religious by any sense. Now I wouldn't consider myself like a Christian or anything, but I do believe in a higher power. I do believe that there is something bigger than us that has a hand in everything. I do believe there is someone that we can, or something that we can turn to, let go and let God handle it. I do believe in that. I don't believe in God in the traditional sense, but I do believe in God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who God is for me. And yesterday, literally, the past week, I really just been feeling like, well, I told you also years ago, I had this feeling, and I've been a very spiritual person, so I've been connected to whatever the powers that be, you know what I mean? And years ago, I had this like feeling of like, start a podcast, and it felt, you know, people always be like, God told me this, God told me that. I'd be like, how the hell, you know, God tell you that? Like, what? Did God come down, you saw him talking to you? Like, what does that even mean, God told you? I used to think that all the time. With this podcast, like, I just had this, like, it was like a thought that wasn't my own, you know? And I was just like, oh snap, I think God just told me to start a podcast.
Right.
And so, you know, and I was mulled over that for years, and now we finally got it started going, which is great. But yesterday I started praying because I just, like, the past week, I've just been more interested in, like, talking to God regularly. And there's like this quote, and it's like, praying, and I have a meditation practice, so I know this quote through like yoga and meditation, whatever. But there's a quote that's like, praying is talking to God, meditating is listening to God. And so now every morning I get up, make my bed, do breath work to like kind of come into my body, chill out my mind, body, and spirit, pray, and then listen or meditate. And yeah, like, I just feel confident in everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it'll give you a
I
different
got
sense
it.
of power. Like,
Right.
like, because some things on earth are so big, you got to give it to God. There's no
Yeah.
other person to give it to. It's too big for you to handle by yourself. You got to involve him. You got to give it to him, because otherwise, like, you're going to sit here worried and stressed out about something that you just can't control.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a big thing too. And that's something that I've been working on for years, is like understanding what is stressing you. But there was a guy I think I saw this on the TikTok. He was like, the guy interviewing him said, like, what is your best advice really quick for someone dealing with stress? He said, write down all your problems. Now cross off all the ones you can't control. Because
It's a lot
so
of
many
them.
of our problems is because we want to control things that we cannot control.
Exactly.
So much of our stress, you sitting in traffic and you stressed out. Why?
It's not
What
moving.
is you stressing out gonna do about the traffic?
Right.
Now you just in traffic stress.
Right, exactly. Now
You
you
know
are just
what I
adding
mean?
problems. Like, exactly. Literally, that's
Just
exactly what it is.
Layering a problem onto a problem because you're making it a problem in your mind.
Exactly. When there's nothing more you can do but sit there.
Take a breath.
That's how I feel about,
and
like,
sit.
especially with other people's actions. It's like, I can't control how they act, or I can't
Right.
control how a man it treats me. I can't. There's nothing I can do about the way they treat me. But what can I do about me being in the situation? I could leave.
Yeah.
I could talk to God, and he could tell me, this isn't for you.
Yeah.
Leave. Like, you know what I mean? So things like that, you got to definitely separate the two. But yeah, I think
Well, I'm
for
glad
me,
God is in this podcast.
okay, period. I feel like for me, like, and not to get too like harp on this subject too much, but never too much. But
I was just literally
Yeah,
thinking that right before you said it.
because I feel like you can grow up in the church and still not have your own relationship with God until you actively make the steps to do so. And so I feel like for me, like, I wouldn't say I necessarily started making the active steps, honestly, until probably like last year, like actually going on my own journey with this. But like, ooh, am I gonna cry? I feel like for me, like, I saw God like when my sister had Layla. And the only reason I say that is because, like, I talk about this often, and people, like, they'll say, like, oh, you're obsessed with her, and, like, da-da-da-da. But I feel like she came at such a good point, like, in my life. Because, like, I feel like I was stressed out, like, going through law school and trying to figure things out and making sure, like, we're in COVID at the time. Like, it's just so much going on.
Right.
And at the same time, like, I had just had that, like, whole incident with I don't know if you remember, but, like, the anxiety thing when I had my first, like, panic attack.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And, like, I had to go to the hospital. Like, that was such a bad year for me.
Oh,
And it was, like, when
yeah.
Layla came, like, it was just, like, I used to just hit my sister. Like, if I was feeling anxious or whatever the case may be, I would literally contact my sister and be like, I'm coming to your house today. And, like, as soon as I'm with Layla, it's like my problems went away. Like, I was not, like, stressing out over whatever I was stressing out about or having a panic attack or whatever the case may be. Like, and it's so funny because she is just, like, my twin. Like, we act so much alike. And, like, I feel like she, like, if there's anybody that understands me, even though she's 4, if there's anybody that understands me, like, it's her. And so sometimes, like, her mom would just be like, when y'all are together, it's just, like, too much. Or, like, everybody in the family would be like, y'all just do too much when y'all together. And I'm like, this is really, like, my, like, I feel like she's, like, my soulmate. Like, she's, like, stop doing that because I'm gonna cry.
I know, it almost making me, like, get
Oh my
a little
God.
teary-eyed.
No, she's just like, oh my gosh, she's perfect. Like, I just feel like she's like I said, somebody that, like, I think God knew I needed. If that
Oh,
makes sense.
Mia, that is
Oh my
so
God.
cute.
Okay, we're
Damn,
done talking
got
about
no
it.
tissues.
I didn't cry that much, just a little bit, but I feel like she yeah, like I said, like I just feel like God knew like I needed her, and like every time
What a blessing.
literally, like it's just like such a blessing, because it's like when you feel like you don't have anybody, and to have somebody that like just can relate to you or acts like you, or like just doesn't do too much, like, or could just make you laugh, like
Just so much
she's
love.
there. It's just so much
When
love,
you can
and like
experience that love,
Right.
it cures everything.
don't worry guys, she's gonna be on the podcast. She's
Yeah, we're
excited.
gonna have a little kids unplugged.
Yeah, she's
in the
excited
pink
to be
room.
here. But yeah, so anyway, let's get off that. But
No, but I think it's love. Like, I think whenever you love something so deeply, whenever you experience such a like profound love, like it cures everything within you.
yeah, literally feels like nothing matters.
And I think that's what God is
Yeah.
love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we could just all learn to lead with love, things would be just so much better in the
Yeah.
world, in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But yeah, I don't really know where to pivot from here, to be
Do you,
honest.
well, let's go back to the first what we were talking about, because now we're talking about love. Like,
Let's go back to love.
yeah, let's go back to love.
Full
Let's go back to
circle.
like the romantic side of love. Let's go to that side.
All right.
Do you feel like you've ever like really loved or been in love before?
Okay. I believe I have loved. For me, okay, I'll say this about love. I used to be someone that withheld love. I think a lot of us naturally want to like, oh, I don't want to say I love you. Like, this is so important.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. I'm at a point in my mindset, the way I look at it is I have plenty of love to give. Everybody can get this love. It's not something that I need to hold on to, that I need to like you can't, you gotta earn this. Like, no, I love everybody. So have I loved people? Yes. In love, I'll say that's something different. Have I ever been in love with somebody? No. I think when I'm in love, like, I'll feel those three things that I was talking about.
Right.
It'll feel so beyond mutual, because I love people so hard, and I feel like that was gonna be a drastic sentence, but I feel like I haven't been loved the same way I love people before. I won't say that in the sense of like friends and family, because I feel like I get so much love from my friends and family.
Same.
But romantically, no, I've never been loved the way I love others. So yes, I've loved people, but I've never been in love, because I feel like in love is when it's like mutual.
Facts.
What about you?
I still feel the same about being in love. I definitely don't think that has happened for me, and I think that's, like I said, there has to be a certain level of like things that are being met, like in the relationship or whatever the case may be. Like, if you're not treating me right, if you're not being
Yeah.
considerate, like thoughtful or things like that, then that's something that would be required. Like, I'm not gonna fall in love off not having those things, but I definitely think like it's hard to say, because I felt like I loved him. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I did, and I said it, and he said it back to me. But it was just like the things he was doing, they were not love. Like, the things he did it wasn't love, and that's only one person. Because I think for me,
So-
I've only loved that one person. I've only loved that one person.
So could it be that you loved him and he didn't love you?
It could be very well
Or
be
he
that,
didn't love you
because
the way he should have loved you?
He didn't
Or
love
you
me the way
deserved to be loved?
I think that's what it was. Like, he didn't love me the way that I deserved to be loved. And I feel like for instance, like, I feel like I was very considerate, like, when it came to him, or like I was very supportive when it came to him. And it was just like those things were not returned.
Reciprocated.
Yeah, like they weren't reciprocated. So it just felt like, you tell me you love me all the time, but like, do I
But
feel like you
where-
love me?
Love is an action.
Right. Love is an action. I think that's what people forget, is that love is an action. So it's like, I think I show you that I love you. Like,
Yeah.
I do the things, I don't do them because I want you to recognize that like this is love. I do them because I actually love you. Yeah, like I love you, and you do things, and it's just like but it's like, it's so conflicting, because it's like, you tell me you love me, but like at the same time you do so many things that are just not love, that it's hard to believe that you ever did. Like, you just tell me that because Like, I don't know. Like, you just told me that because, like, you just wanted to keep me happy? Or, like,
Yeah.
what was the reason? So,
Or do you think that maybe that is his capacity to love?
it might just be his capacity to love. I don't know. I don't want to get into too much into that. But,
Right.
yeah, like, it might just be his capacity to love. And that's not for me to figure out.
That is not my problem.
That's not my problem. It's not for me to
Yep.
figure out. It's not for me to stick around for.
Yeah. That is something like...
It's something he's going to have to handle on his own.
Exactly. That, yes. Amen to that. No,
Okay.
honestly, because...
It took me a while to figure that out.
Exactly. But I'm glad that it took a while to figure out, but I'm glad we figured it out. Because there are people that are twice our age that haven't. There's a book called The Mastery of Love, and this part of the book always like gets with me. They say we accept the love we think we deserve,
Yeah.
and that's why I think people so often say you have to love yourself before you can go seek a partnership.
Yeah. For real.
Because if you don't love yourself enough to feel like you deserve a good love, you're not going to find a good love. You're not going to accept a good love. You're always going to accept what you think you deserve.
Right.
So the moment that you truly believe you deserve more is the moment you will not accept less. Right?
Facts. Oh yeah, I think that happened to me though. Like I feel like when I went through that healing stage that I was at the end of last year, like I feel like I used to tell myself all the time, like, I know I love myself, you know what I mean? But it was like the way I let people treat me didn't reflect that.
Right.
So it was like once I truly like sat down, I was like, nigga, I'm this shit. Like, fuck you talking about? Like, what? What are you doing? So once I got to that point, because that's not the point I'm at right now. I'm like, I'll leave anybody. I don't care. That's the point I'm at right now. That I feel like basically I love myself so much and I put the work in with myself so much, and I do. It's not even. I just love myself as a person because I feel like the things I do and the energy that like I give out, like there's just specific things that I love about myself. And once I like recognize that stuff, I'm like why would I ever settle for what I settled for before with a man? Like
100%.
And you're not giving what? No, absolutely not.
100%. And I don't care. Okay, let me say this. I'm going into dating now not having sex with the people I'm dating because a lot of times too, well, okay, biologically we bond with a person that we have sex with, and I don't want any clouded judgment. I feel like I see people and I've experienced myself firsthand. The judgment gets clouded when you bring that in too soon.
Facts.
And I don't want to think I don't want to feel like I like you, but really I don't. We just have this thing that's like biologically bonding us.
Facts.
Releasing these hormones, these love hormones in our brain, making me feel like I feel something for you that I don't.
Right.
So I used to be like, ugh, okay, whatever. Whenever people would be like, oh, I'm not having sex. Like, I don't have sex. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, da da da. Because sometimes people do say it in a like slut shaming way. So I used to be like, whatever. Like, I do what I want. But now I'm like, no. Like, that's real. Like, nobody deserves to experience that without experiencing the prerequisites.
Oh, period. Yeah, I feel the exact same way right now. It's just like not. I said this on my my Finsta the other day, but I was just like,
oh, we getting Finsta content, baby.
I'm gonna give y'all some exclusive. No, I'm kidding. But I was basically just like, I feel like my life has been so good because I've been celibate. Like I've been celibate for 6 months. I feel like my life has been 10 times better without having sex.
Yeah.
Like sex complicates things. It, like I said, it makes you feel something that you might not feel for a person at all. Like you may not like this person, but because y'all have had sex, it's like you somehow feel tied to them or bound to them.
Number one example is college. Who I was with in college.
I don't like that man. I still don't.
But that was a relationship, and I say relationship as in like two people bonded, whatever, in some capacity.
Ugh, this is pissing me off.
But that was something that I look back and I'm like, what was it? Because there was only one thing. that was holding me to this man. And that was,
I feel like I told you all the time how much I just didn't like
oh, everyone told me.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew in the moment, this is a shitty ass motherfucker.
that. Yeah.
And
hated
I
it.
deserve more
I
than
won't say
this.
hate, but I really didn't like that man.
Yeah, rightfully so. I wouldn't, if I was somebody's friend, I wouldn't like, you know, if my friend was in my position, I would not like him either. I don't have any feelings towards him to this day, but whatever.
You shouldn't.
But you're like, burn him at the stake.
Like, fuck
No,
him.
but like that was like something that I can look back and be like, there was nothing there, and that is why I will not have sex with anybody before I feel like, okay, I want to be in a relationship.
I also
with you.
just don't have the desire. Like, I feel like I can't have, like, don't get me wrong, men have hit me up to do the Zoom. Like,
not surprised.
of course.
Look at her.
'Cause why not? No, I mean, like, men, just men.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're just men. And I'm just like, no. Like,
Right.
no, I don't really like you, first of all. Like, if I have to, I think it's just a feelings thing now. Like, I don't know if it's, like, maturity or, like, what's going on, but I'm not having sex with somebody I don't like. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. If I don't got feelings for you, you haven't taken me on a date, like, we're actively dating or whatever the case may be, like, no.
Yeah.
You won't be having sex. Like, I don't know. I just don't have a desire.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's just like, I don't know. Like sometimes I have guy friends, and sometimes I'll like when I talk to them about my celibacy or whatever, I'll be like, yeah, I've been celibate for 6 months, and they're like, what? How do you do that? I'm like, are y'all okay?
You know, men honestly, like women get the reputation of like always needing someone. I'm like, y'all need to look at these men.
No, they
Men do not be single. Like men
Yeah.
be single for on Instagram to the masses, but they do not be single. Most men I know are like constantly with somebody,
You're right.
and it's just like funny how like we get the reputation of like always wanting a partner and always wanting somebody, but
Yeah.
it's really, I think it's so important to be single, and when people don't give themselves the time to like be single, be by themselves, I feel like you miss out on a lot of lessons that can be learned, a lot of introspection that can be done, a lot of energy that you can be putting solely into yourself. Well,
I know
not solely, but
so
like
many men
mostly
like
into
that.
yourself.
I know so many men like that. I was just thinking about a guy that I used to talk to, but I just feel like he don't know how to be alone. Like, it's just like you just it's like
Yeah.
you always feel like you need to like have someone in your space. It's weird. I don't know, but I saw a man say the other day, he was like, I think he had been asked, like, this is somebody famous, y'all, like, this is not somebody like that, but I saw like and it was like some sort of thing, and they were asking him if he like had a girlfriend, and he was like, I always got something by my side. And it's like, why though? Why do you always have
Yeah.
something by your side? Like, but it's that he wasn't saying a girlfriend. He just meant like somebody.
Somebody.
Like, he got somebody.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's just like, why do you feel like you need to always have something by your side? Like, be alone, nigga. What the
Yeah.
hell? Like, I don't know. But then again, I used to be the same way. I ain't gonna lie.
Fair enough.
So, and up until like, and I had that reflection at the end of last year. Yeah, I was the same way. I always had something by my side too. Like, I think it's just like learning how to be alone, or learning
Yeah,
to like
it's kind of an
really like
escape
yourself. Yeah,
to,
but it's
like,
like
have
something you have to
somebody.
actively do, because there's always gonna be options.
Always.
You're always gonna have an option, but like
Always.
if you really want to work on yourself, like, it's up to you to be like, no. And
Yeah.
that's just something I was willing to do. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, I think it's really men that just I don't think they want to deal with their feelings or something.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah,
too.
because I don't know. Because I mean, like I said, I was the same way, but like, you gotta actively like take some steps to like grow or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But men, we can get on men another day.
Yeah. I'm trying also, I'm also really, I'm trying to be intentional. I'm not good at it all the time.
You know something random I noticed?
What?
Well, go ahead with what you're saying first.
I was just gonna say, I'm trying to be intentional about not shitting on men, because I feel like it's gonna make me attract shitty men. So I'm trying to be intentional about like, I mean, granted, I know very few good men as opposed to like the bad men I know and know of, but I'm trying to focus on those good ones, because it's easy to get sucked into like men ain't shit, this, that, and the third, because they really be doing some trifling shit. But anyways, I'm trying to take my energy away from that.
I think I've only experienced like a few, like very few men ain't shit moments for
I
myself.
don't even mean firsthand.
Okay, because I was like, I see it in other people. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
ooh.
A lot of my experience is secondhand experience,
Yeah.
but still, it's like, oh my god, where are the damn good stories at?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the guys that I have talked to always paint me to be like a bad person at the end. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh, interesting.
Not like a bad person, but like it's literally every time I deal with a man, after like I finish dealing with them, they'll start, you know how like men do like subliminal things, and they'll start like liking shit and like putting shit on their story.
On the story and stuff.
And it literally never fails that at least one of those posts will say something along the lines of, I don't know if you've seen this tweet or like whatever, but it would be like, y'all can keep those gremlins. Like, I want me a soft lady. Like some shit. It would be like some shit like that. And I'm like, nigga, like, say fuck me for.
Not a gremlin.
I'm like, no, y'all can keep those hood rats. Like, I want me a soft, affectionate
They
woman.
deserve to be backhanded for that one.
Like, it literally never fails. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck I do? It's like, y'all knew I was like that before y'all even started fucking with me.
I think I'm too soft to get those subliminals.
That's crazy work though, because I'm like, damn, like y'all couldn't say nothing to me, but now y'all, it's crazy work.
But also, you can't hurt a man's ego. They gonna pull anything out the box.
You know, I can't just assume it's about me also, but
True.
Damn, nigga, like right after is crazy.
No, but
what y'all all saying the same thing. Like, all right, and now am I the problem? Am I the problem?
Am I a gremlin?
Like, damn, I was like, the fuck I do? Like every time I see it, I just laugh because I'm like, the fuck, like, I didn't know I did all that. My bad. Like, the fuck. Dead ass every time. Like,
I don't experience that.
I'm like, I'm just not like affectionate. Like, I just
I'm too. I mean, you know me. I'm too like, oh my baby. That's my energy. I feel like.
I don't know. I've been like that with the man too, though.
The man ever called me a gremlin and said they need a soft girl after, I would be
He ain't say it to me. They ain't say it to me now.
I would be like, bro, meet me outside.
They
That's
say
what
it to
my
me.
story replied, meet me outside.
I used to be like, Daddy, am I your baby?
That's a whole different.
Am I your baby?
That's not what I was talking about, Mia. That's a different
but
vibe.
I'm just saying, that's the same type of vibe.
It's not.
He ain't never seen a nigga, me talk to a nigga like that.
No, I've never seen it. Of course not. I hope you do that.
Daddy, am I your baby?
Daddy, am I your
Daddy, am I your baby?
That's not the same vibe as like. That's like sexy.
But no, it wasn't supposed to be that. It's just like that's an affectionate
Submissive,
thing.
like that's not.
Or just like my
I
baby
feel
in general
you.
is what I mean. But I just gave you that funny. That was an example. That was funny.
That is funny though.
But I'm just saying, like that's just an
cute.
example. But like, yeah, my baby.
Daddy,
Like,
am I your baby?
yeah, did you eat today? Sometimes
What you need, Daddy?
Yeah, but other niggas, I just be like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck you ate today. No, I'm just
Fuck your stomach. That shit growling. I don't give a fuck.
Food, nigga, the fuck?
The fridge is over there.
No, just kidding. Oh my god. Oh, I used to have a really big thing about not cooking for men.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I was like, oh hell no, I'm not cooking for no man. Oh, I've only ever cooked, well, before now, I've only ever cooked for 2 men one time each, and it wasn't even
To
like
this day?
anything. Not to this day.
Oh, okay.
Before.
Okay, go.
But
sorry.
yeah, I've only ever cooked for 2 people on 2 separate occasions. But it's just, and that was, one was last year and one was in 2020. This is when I had that mindset though. But I just feel like, why can I see? That's the problem. You know, I do it because I just remember exactly what I did when I cooked. But I just feel like it's another way for a man. It was another way for a man to like be like, oh yeah, and I had her cooking for me. And, hell no, you couldn't say that about me, honey. Hell no.
I let you stop.
But no, I was just I couldn't bring myself to do it.
That's fair though.
But now I feel differently. I cook for
Yeah, I'll cook. Here's the thing though. I don't want to be with a man that can't cook. That's one.
Hell no, that's a non-negotiable for me.
That's a
Like,
non-negotiable
you
for
gotta be
me
able
too.
to-
Because what you doing? Why you can't cook?
girl, I
What you been doing all this time?
I was with a man that was cooking like.
Who you been depending on? Because you ain't about to
his
depend
meals
on
were
me.
good as hell.
His what?
His meals, like what the shit he's cooked was good as hell. I was
Oh,
like,
hell.
damn.
That's what I'm trying to get.
No, it's good.
But I don't even necessarily like. You don't have to be like some chef. Like you don't have to cook amazingly. But if you are like, I don't cook, I can't cook.
You gonna learn?
Because now
today,
I'm
nigga.
looking at you like you don't got survival skills.
Nah, I'm not gonna be. I mean, damn.
And you about to try to depend on me to cook.
I'm not cooking for you every night.
We not either depending on me to cook or eating out.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let me take that back. I will cook for a man every night, but
I will cook for a man.
you
I
got-
love
you need
cooking
to
for
learn-
people.
You still need to learn. You need to know how to cook.
Yeah, I don't
You need
like.
to learn how to cook.
It's just the principle of like, I want to cook for you and I will cook for you and I will love cooking for you. But this shouldn't. I don't ever want a man to expect it.
Yeah, because if I gotta go out of town and I leave my kids with you, our kids together,
Like
and
you're
you're
not ordering
eating out
pizza every night.
don't piss me the fuck off. Now you better learn, get your ass in this kitchen, nigga. Like learn how to cook something.
All right, shoot. If you want Mia, and if you want me, get in the kitchen.
Period. Okay. Thank you guys for joining us.
I hope y'all enjoyed this solo episode because I
Yeah.
did. I really
better enjoy it. No, it's
I
good.
really like this was good.
It was for sure. Tune in for our next episode. Subscribe, follow, comment.
Hold on. Let me say this. Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts
and leave a review.
Leave a review. That's what I meant.
Yeah, so we can get some nice stuff. We're gonna look into like doing merch and stuff. And give
Comment.
us
Leave
a-
a
no,
review.
Yeah,
Share with a friend.
subscribe for sure. Yeah, share with a friend and
Support small black businesses.
period.
Love y'all.
And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.